It was supposed to be a simple flight, just another business trip for a man who had built an empire from nothing. But as he settled into his hard-earned first-class seat, the atmosphere shifted. Cold stares, whispered judgments, and then the unthinkable request. He was told to move. His seat needed to be given to someone else, a white passenger. What started as humiliation at 30,000 feet would unravel into a storm that shook an entire airline to its core. Watch until the end, because this story changes everything. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Meet David Carter. Born in a working-class neighborhood, he fought his way up from nothing, through scholarships, late nights, and endless rejection, until finally becoming one of the youngest black CEOs in the nation. His company was valued in the billions, his name celebrated in business magazines, his story a symbol of perseverance. On this particular evening, David wasn't traveling as a CEO. He wasn't surrounded by assistants or headlines, just a man heading home after another grueling week of negotiations. To the other passengers, he was simply another face boarding first class. For David, it was a quiet moment of reflection. He thought about his family, his team, and the legacy he was still building. He had no idea that the next few hours would strip him of dignity, spark international outrage, and forever etch his name into the history of corporate justice. The flight crew moved swiftly down the aisle, checking tickets, smiling at familiar passengers. But when they reached David, their tone shifted. "Sir, there's been a mix-up. We'll need you to move to another seat." He frowned, confused. His ticket was clear. VIP first class. The attendant's voice grew sharper, her eyes darting toward a white businessman lingering nearby. That passenger was offered David's seat without hesitation. Murmurs rippled across the cabin. Some looked away. Others shook their heads. But no one spoke. David felt a heat rise in his chest. He had endured discrimination in boardrooms, in quiet negotiations, in subtle exclusions. But this, public, degrading. He asked why. The answer was vague. "We reserve the right." He was escorted out of his seat, past stairs that cut deeper than words. As he sat in the back, pressed between strangers, humiliation turned into resolve. What the crew didn't know was that the man they dismissed wasn't just another passenger. He was a titan of industry, with powerful connections and a global platform. Phones recorded, whispers spread, and before the plane even landed, the incident was already going viral. A storm was brewing, one that no PR team could contain. The choice to remove him from that seat wasn't just an insult. It was about to become the costliest mistake the airline had ever made. By the time David stepped off the plane, reporters were already circling. The video of him being escorted had spread worldwide. Headlines erupted. Black CEO forced out of seat for white passenger. Protests flared in airports. Boycotts trended online. Stock prices plummeted as major investors withdrew their investments. David remained silent for days. Then, in a packed press conference, he stood at the podium, calm but resolute. He spoke not of his humiliation, but of the thousands before him who endured the same quiet violence without a voice. His words weren't angry. They were undeniable. In that moment, he transformed personal pain into a global reckoning. The louder world wasn't just listening. It was a demanding change, and the airline's fate was sealed. Within weeks, lawsuits piled high. Governments launched investigations. The airline's market value plummeted, wiping out $4.2 billion. Executives resigned under pressure, scrambling to save face. But the damage was irreversible. David, however, wasn't broken. He used the settlement money not for himself, but to launch a foundation empowering underrepresented entrepreneurs, turning his humiliation into hope for countless others. This story isn't just about one CEO, one seat, or one airline. It's about a system that still tells people of color they don't belong, even when they've earned their place 1,000 times over. And it leaves us with one haunting question. How many more lives, careers, and futures must be diminished before true equality takes flight? Where are you watching from? What country and what city? Take care.